What's up, guys? It's me, Trevon, your 6-year veteran in cryptocurrency. I will be guiding you through this bear market, so please strap in.
Pause.
We have not much to talk about. Let me get everything set up here. I almost didn't go live. I really don't have much to say, but I probably will end up saying a lot of, you know me, I got the gems. So let's go ahead here. Get that thumbnail right. You know, we gotta do it. What am I buying? Should you be buying? Should you just, you know, wait? Maybe, you know. It's a live audience here, guys. Steph, I saw you last night, bro. Getting it in. Yeah, he's actually on a spaceship with me. What's up, chat? Oh, I got the wrong description in my, let me get the description right. Okay, copy, paste. All right. What's up, Scribe? Buff on the beat. BM. Small Town Crip. Bees Irish. Strange Tamer. Corian Investor. Oh, that ain't Corian. What up, Cor? What up, Mango? Kai Kwan, Pump My Bag. Hex to the Moon. Shout out to my members, man. Shout out to my members. What up, Bernard, Jizzy Mac? Is there anyone alive out there? Yeah, we've been here before, Mark. I'm shocked we live on a Friday. Yeah, I almost didn't do it, man. I went a whole week without going live, bro. What's up, Angel? Watch the CG last video on Twitter, just catching up. I don't think I've seen his last video. What up, Sante? What up, Blockchain Baller? Z Money? Don't be a bitch. You must be new here, Julian. You must be new. What's up, Adam? He's wearing a shirt that says, "Hi, I'm new." I've never been to your channel before. You put something on the game? Yeah, I didn't even watch the game. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Aww. My bad, Steph. I'm sorry. I saw the highlights. I saw some of it. What up, HEX and Papa? We make more money now. Let it drop to 3K. What up, Z Richington? Buy, Julian? Yeah, you're getting some good prices. You're getting some good prices. Yes, you are getting good prices. The truth is, can you hold as it moves sideways for a year? I don't know. I don't know. Can you? I don't know. I don't know you. You're new here. Remember? What up, Blockchain Boss? What up, Crypto Profiter? Like button. Yes, if you find a like button anywhere in the studio, guys, if you find one, just bring it up here, put it on my desk. You don't have to hit it. You don't have to smash it. You don't have to be violent at all to a like button. It's just a like button. Okay? That feeling when you probably should have sacrificed all your crypto for Pulse. I mean, as of now, no. Maybe one day. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't as of now. Because I would be mad. But I'm fine. I survived. I sacrificed most of my gains for PulseX. Good. I mean, I sacrificed way more than I would sacrifice if it happened now. You know? I'm glad about that. But, you know, it doesn't exist. It may never exist. TGIF Hex to a penny so I can load up. Yes, I'm buying Hex every day. As of now. Let me sip some of this coffee.
Pause.
I haven't really had much.
Pause.
Sensational. How does he do that? I have a live audience. Just go ahead and believe it. If you just go ahead and believe that I have a live audience here on a spaceship, then all your questions just go away. Okay, so stop thinking that there's some type of button that I'm pressing. There's none of that going on. It's amazing up here. Let's go ahead and look at some stuff. All right, Bitcoin. All right, so if you were watching my gaming channel the other day, I did a long position at 20. Wow, I'm in the red, actually. 20,600. We're gonna let this rock out. If it goes to 18,000 and let's see, if it goes to 18,000 and $792, I will get liquidated. But it's okay because I made a ton of crypto. Shorting, what was it? Near. So took all that profit, moved it over to the actual blockchain and started buying Hex with it. And these are just the extras that I just want to do a 10x long and see if I was right. So we'll see if I'm right. I don't think so. I mean, I think we're going to go lower. Don't get me wrong. I don't think we're going to go up from here. Will I get liquidated on this position? Maybe. We'll see. It's not looking good though. It's not the type of bounce you want to see Bitcoin do. There's really nothing to say about the chart, guys. We're oversold on the daily. That's pretty much it. You can't really say anything is happening until we at least get above here, you know, and then you got to get above this. What's this line at? Oh yeah. So, you know, if we start breaking above here, 20, I mean, not really, bro. I don't think so. Let's look at the stock to PO. All right, now I thought y'all. So it looks like we're about right here. We're down there. So if you're gonna buy and hold, now is a good time to do it. If you think you're gonna buy crypto and it's gonna go to all-time highs this year, you're wrong. Go ahead and get that thought out of your mind. Okay. It's not gonna happen. It's over. All right. We could move sideways I think we're gonna move sideways for about a year. That's what we usually do. And then we'll get ready for the next halving. Let's actually take a look at coin market crap. Whoa, it got longer.
Pause.
It was like 600 days a few days ago. Man, it's like the Bitcoin halving. What if the Bitcoin halving never comes, bro? What if it just keeps on staying at like 700 days? Is that possible? I hope not. That's something to think about, actually. Because this was like 633, like the last time we checked, last stream. Doge drama. Okay, we'll talk about that. Let me pull that up. Let me get that clout. You know what I mean? Yeah, your hand's gonna be pretty bloody. You catching a knife down here. Hold for 4 years. Yeah, that's a good. Maybe not 4 years. If you hold 4 years, you might miss the top again. We're gonna hold for like 3 from here. 2025, I think, will be the new highs. Let me catch up with the chat. Blood in my coffee this morning. What's up, Cinnabomb? 13K. Hey, I called that. So I'm actually betting against my own self. My own self. Isn't that kind of redundant? What up, DeFi Dior? Started on Bankroll Fest. That's what's up. Nothing. You guys are really easy to make laugh, guys. I love my audience. What's the next gym? Shh. Plant dad, go walk the cat. Nah, man, I'm off that stuff. Also, would you have ever do a stream with whales on? I already did one. I didn't say much. He did all the talking. Math and stuff. How are the kids doing? They're great. Thanks for asking. What up, Danielle? Still up 50,000% on Doge? I don't doubt that at all. What up, Weekly Crew? What up, more crypto? SpaceX will be the first $10 trillion company. At that point, is money even a thing anymore? Like, come on, $10 trillion. How many zeros is that? 200 versus 300 week moving average on BTC. Thoughts? No. I used the, matter of fact, I don't even have them on here. Using the, wow. I didn't even have my moving averages on here. Nice. I'm using the, 290 and 780. And they're looking pretty yucky, man. Pretty yucky. Let's look at it on the weekly, actually. Whoa. It's not the weekly, it's the daily. Well, I got a lot of trash on my charts. I mean, all these lines are needed though, except for these. We already predicted that perfectly. Guys, make sure you guys subscribe. I know it's a lot of jokes, but I'm always right. You notice the crowd didn't laugh. Dead ass. That played out exactly as expected. And I think that's clean enough. Yeah. So I'm expecting these moving averages to cross somewhere as we're over here. Something like that. This will be coming around like this. Maybe not like that. More like this. Something like this. You know, so you're gonna want to be buying now, you know, now. You know what I'm saying? Now it could go lower. So it's like, I'd be kind of foolish to tell you to keep waiting. This isn't financial advice, so you can do whatever the hell you want to do. I would be foolish for me to keep waiting, even though I'm already starting to be a little bit foolish because I haven't started buying yet. The only thing I've been buying is HEX. I want to buy some L1s. I want to buy some Bitcoin, of course. I want to buy some ETH. But you know, down here, it's like being in a dream when you're trying to throw a punch, you know what I mean? It's like, I just can't do it. Matic, nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Yeah, it's not much that I want to buy, actually. There aren't many coins that I'm like, yeah, I want some more of that. There aren't many. Maybe some BNB because of what it is. AVAX is down a lot. You know, once I start talking like this, we got to go over to Coin Paprika and see what's down the most. Let's check it out. Bitcoin Cash. Ah, man. You know, some things I want to buy just because they're so cheap and there's such a small supply, like Dash and Bitcoin Cash. But it's Dash and Bitcoin Cash. It's like, I don't think you guys are ever getting out of that black hole. Neo, EOS, HEX, Phantom, all-time high. You know, we're looking at the all-time high and how much they're down from the all-time high. But one thing we're not paying attention to, which I might be completely mistaken about, is how much it's still up. That's one thing I think people aren't really taking into consideration. Wow, I wish I would have shorted that. Wow. You know, 0.4 of a penny. It's probably around where I got mine at. Probably back here, actually. You know, 23 cents. This can go lower, you know. Altcoins, you know, even some of the layered ones like Phantom, I mean, I'm not really in a rush. AVAX, 16, it was 3. They usually go back down there. Look at Dot. Dot never went on a run. You know, Dot is actually, you know, let's actually see where the old Dot is. Hey man, would y'all watch this stream every day? Because I actually feel like I'm wasting y'all's time. I'm saying the same things every day. So Dot, what was I looking for this? Oh yeah, supply. 1.2 billion coins for $7. No thanks. You know? It's too many. Where was I? Yeah, the conclusion I come to is actually a pretty sad one where I'm like, no thanks on pretty much everything. Doge, even Doge. A lot of people, I hear people buying Doge here at 5 cents. So. I think it's gonna come back down here. You know, or at least pull one of these where it's just like barely going up. What's the Doge versus, that's the real chart, Doge versus BTC. You know, ultimately, I'm thinking of becoming a lightweight Bitcoin maxi. I know, guys, it's crazy to hear, I know, but we got it. The fuck? Holy shit. Let's go weekly. Wow, did I predict the Doge pump too? I think I did. Yeah, man. At least coming under here. 135 sats. Let's look at HEX, my bad. What's up, chat? Damn. What's up, chat? Excuse me, I'm drinking more coffee. The Roadcaster Pro. I don't even know, bro. What you talking about? This? The arm? I don't even know, bro. Speaking of those, let's talk about that Elon. Higher than Elon Musk. Sued. Elon Musk sued for $258 billion over alleged Dogecoin pyramid scheme. And this is hilarious because this shit off. Thanks. Yeah, let's read this. I'm really curious how they're trying to twist this into Doge into a pyramid scheme. If Doge is a pyramid scheme, HEX is in trouble. HEX is in trouble because there is no way you can make Doge a pyramid scheme. Running a pyramid scheme to support the cryptocurrency in a complaint filed in the federal court of Manhattan, plaintiff Keith Johnson accused Musk, electric car company Tesla, and space tourism company SpaceX of racketeering for Italian Dogecoin, driving up its price only to then let the price tumble. Oh, so, sir, that's not a pyramid scheme. It's called a pump and dump. Hold on. Defendants were aware since 2019 that Dogecoin had no value, yet promised Dogecoin to profit from its trading. Musk used his pedestal as the world's richest man to operate and manipulate the Dogecoin. Their pyramid scheme. If you want to win this, buddy, listen. Come close. You can't call it a pyramid scheme, okay? It's not a pyramid scheme. You take out that pyramid scheme, pump and dump, solid case. The complaint also aggregates comments from Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and others questioning the value of cryptocurrency. Oh, I should use Brave browser, huh? I don't do much browsing, that's why I don't really care about the ads until I'm live streaming. Tesla, SpaceX, and a lawyer for Musk did not immediately respond to a request for comment. A lawyer for Johnson did not immediately respond to a request for comments on Dogecoin's worthless, and defendants ran a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme, though. You're really dropping the ball on that one. Johnson is seeking $86 billion in damages. You lost $86 billion? I've been watching a lot of Judge Judy lately. Judge Judy ain't going for that. That's what I'd like to ask. Would Judge Judy go for that? Nah. Representing the decline in Dogecoin's market value since May 2021. And once it tripled. He also wants to block Musk and his companies from promoting Dogecoin, and a judge to declare that trading Dogecoin is gambling under federal and New York law. Man, these blue states, bro. They are such bitches. You guys need to toughen up, man. Gambling. That's what I hear. The complaint said Dogecoin sell-off began around the time Musk hosted the end. Hey man, you buy the rumor, you sell the news. That's the game that we're playing here. Everyone with any sense knew that. Let's host a weekend update segment called Dogecoin a hustle, bro. Thanks, guys. Tesla in February 2021 said it had bought 1.5 billion of Bitcoin, and for a short time it said it as payment for vehicles. 5 cents. That's crazy, man. Doge is 5.5 cents. All right, what do you guys think about this? Don't care? Me neither. Back to HEX. So HEX is looking pretty crushed. Actually, it's looking pretty crushed. We're just waiting patiently as well. I'm just waiting patiently as I accumulate daily at these levels, waiting for a break of one of these resistance lines. Like, come on, bro, break one of the freaking resistance lines, man. Every time it comes up to one, it just fans down and makes another one. So now we're making another one here. This is actually how I, kind of called the bull market. I kept doing these fans as it was going up. Not HEX, but pretty much everything. So here's another one. Come on, man. 2 days. You can hold it. It's very oversold. So we're due to start getting, at least up on the RSI, which will give us some upward momentum, at least to like 4. But yeah. Or we could roll over again. I wouldn't be surprised if we break this one, get rejected at this one, and roll over again. But that'll be the start of things turning around. So 2 cents. This is what I'm saying. If you're waiting to buy HEX, if you're buying at 3 cents, or if you're waiting for a penny because of 3 cents, no. How do you say it? If you're gonna miss out on HEX because you didn't buy it at 3 cents because you're waiting at 2 cents, and it goes to freaking $5. I'm not saying that it will. Are you gonna be mad? Probably. So I'm not playing that game. I'm not waiting for prices that everyone else is waiting for. I didn't hear anybody say, I'm waiting for 3 cents. No one ever said that. Everyone either said 2 or 1 or something really, really outrageous. So that's why I'm starting to buy at 3. I'm not buying a lot though, but I'm accumulating here. Am I regretting it? Yes. It's tough. I probably should be buying, other things, which I'm going to. For real, I promise. I'm gonna buy some of these high caps. Maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's up, chat? What do you think about Cult DAO? I have some, but I don't care about it at all. So it's how I'm feeling about altcoins is if it's not new and I'm not already following the story heavily, I'm probably not gonna buy more of it until it starts to look like it's about to break out. And that's a long time from now. So the things that I'm following the story on, those are the ones I'm probably gonna be buying. Bitcoin, Ethereum, HEX, BNB. That's when it starts to that list stops fast. I'm not really following too much. Maybe Cardano a little bit. I'm following it, but what up, Trapcoin? Look at daily buy volume a couple days ago. Then look at last time there was that much buy volume. Nah. It's forming a W on RSI, so maybe a bigger bounce then we cry. Yeah, I think we're gonna have. I've been saying that for a while though. I've been waiting for a relief bounce, but I don't think we're gonna get one. Appreciate the Tim ET Corner. Miners are moving to ETH Classic these days. Think we will see some interesting price action on Ethereum Classic, especially if ETH 2.0 doesn't do well. I've been hearing that, people mining Ethereum Classic. Looks similar to pretty much everything with the moving averages. $13. Let's see how many coins there are. Ethereum Classic, 210. So for is it $1,000 I can get 100? Yep. So for 1,300 I can get 100 of the supply. That's how I look at buying cryptos. Pretty much at all times. How much of the supply can I buy for as cheap as possible? 210, but it's Ethereum Classic. But yeah, if ETH 2.0 comes out, I think Ethereum Classic will do well because it is the original Ethereum. So the original. It's not even the Ethereum that, well, yeah, the Ethereum that we're on now is the one before that. What up, Hex boy? You heard ETC got NFT? Really? Man. Let me find out. What's the browser? Their ticker is kind of tricky. It's etc. So, you gotta kind of absolutely. What up, Crypto Cash? You appreciate it. Thoughts on HEX BTC chart? Can I get that actually? I think it's here. Here. Whoa. HEX. There it is. Yep. Shit. Really? This no, this ain't accurate. No, this is old. Okay, I'm about to say. Let's look at a different one. HEX BTC. Okay, there it is. I mean, it doesn't look good, so it's probably at the bottom, right? It's in this, just like everything else. Does it break down lower? Yeah. I hope not. You know, you gotta pick your poison. If it goes lower, I'm gonna have to buy more, you know? Very interesting that you take the supply into account. I've sort of come to believe that with leverage, margin, and derivatives, that supply and demand are relatively small factors in terms of price. I don't think so. I think that's the whole thing. You know, if you got 100 Lambos, you know, and there's the high demand for them, I just keep it simple. Now you could probably say, well, the leverage and the margin derivatives. I don't even go that far. How many of the coins can I own? How much of the supply can I own? Me. What up, Toby Wan? What up, Regine? Going to PulseCon? Probably not. Doesn't look like I am. If PulseChain isn't out, I'm probably not gonna go. And that's probably a bad message to send, but I should have skipped that. That dude isn't going to win. How can he prove Elon dumped Doge? Yeah, that's a waste. Where do I buy HEX? Where do I buy HEX? I buy it on matcha.xyz. Dude probably invested $100 in tripping. My bad, MC Point. I got you. Letting that shit bleed out. Anyone think Casper Coin is ETH killer? No, no one thinks that. I haven't even heard of it. Nothing is an ETH killer. Just go ahead and get that out your head. There's never an ETH killer. There's always one, and then it's not an ETH killer. See, you just said 4 years of pain incoming? Wow, is that bullish? Let's look at Twitter. What's up, Maddie? I guess he didn't say it on Twitter. Judge Joe Brown. Now, I don't see how you think that you gonna get $258 billion when you didn't make or invest but 100. Now, can you work? I don't feel like looking. Let's go on Twitter. Making my way downtown. What's up, Steven? Nothing, just nothing. Just a bunch of nothing. Damn. Hold up. Brand new coin session over on Onyx. Yeah, it's nothing new, man. It's like just 3 AC. Oh, 3 Arrow Capital. Got you. Yeah. Let's look at some shitties. Looks. That's an alt I might. I'm not sure about look. I want to buy some more looks because it pretty much prints ETH, but I don't know how that. I need a site that. Man, you know what I wish I knew how to do? What's that site where it's like it shows you Dune? Is there a Dune page for looks? Like if I could see if this platform was growing, you know, I would be more confident buying this because I want to. You know, this list is going to be very small. Like, Jade is like, I kind of want to sell this Jade for something. I should sell this Jade and buy Hex with it. I'll be pissed if Jade starts going up. But I don't think they're going to do anything. Post Doge under 2. Yeah, Post Doge, they should have just been a serious coin, man. For one, you took the name of an actual funny cryptocurrency, which is Post Doge already. You took their name, and then on top of that, you're gonna not be funny. You should just been a serious coin. You should have been something serious. And then I could be a bigger fan, but I can't be a fan of this shit. I mean, I am because I got some, but like, come on, man. You gonna steal the name of the coin that I like? That's actually funny and actually creative and does things on a daily basis. So I think that was kind of fucked up, you know? It's holding though. You know, I'll buy some more Post Doge down here. The 0.002. I've never sold a single Post Doge. Maximus. Let me catch up with chat. My bad. My bad, chat. Damn, man, there's so much chat that I want to read, yo. Like, I want to read every single person's chat. Bring back crypto weather. Lingerie is a scam depending on who you put in it. You see Richard Hart tweeting at Drake today? No, I didn't see that. Oh, Richard. No, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. And I have me the same wife friends and sisters. Yeah, man. I think clout. I mean, you gonna get people to check you out. Like Drake might come to the tweet and check it out, but he ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't gonna give you that clout, man. Like, but that's not that. That's cool though. Like, even if he checks you out on the low and like hits you up on the low, you know, still something. Like, I don't think it's many people tweeting stuff like that to Drake. But is Drake checking his notifications? I don't think so. Hit him up on Instagram where the bitch is at. You might get a response. I wish Hex would just dump already, let it go half a penny so I buy hell. I don't think it's gonna go that low. I think at those prices, what's funny about Hex right now is I'm thinking about it like, man, if it goes to these prices that people are saying like half a penny, how much you know how much you can buy? If you held out and didn't buy any, you'll fuck around and have the wrong, it'll be in the wrong hands again. So I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go that low. I think we might be on the floor now. Because as Bitcoin was falling, Hex wasn't really falling. It was pretty much stuck where it's at now. So if Bitcoin falls again, which everybody's expecting Bitcoin to fall again, a big dip, how much further is it going to crash to? It's probably not going to go much further than 2. It might go under 2. But like half a penny, these small micro, I don't think so. I could be wrong. And I'm welcome. I'll be down there buying that shit. Cause I'm already feeling like, damn, that's still kind of expensive. I'm not able to buy the amount that I want to buy for the dollars that I'm willing to spend. Staples, I mean, no dollars. What up, Franklin? What up, Martin? Hey, dummy. A study just came out that shows life expectancy is long in blue states because of policy. Really? You read that stuff? And believe it? Sounds like something a blue stater would do. Too many people waiting for 1 cent? Yeah. Saul? Yeah. Saul's got to go really low for me to buy some. And it looks like it's just getting started. Yeah. Maybe like $1. I think someone dumped around 40 million Hex today and it barely moved the price. It takes so much Hex to dump the price. Let's look at the old Hex daily stats. Whoa, it's a lot of Hex in there now. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Wow. I haven't checked this in a few days. 8 million. Yeah, I want to see this number go down. Lower. The lower it goes, the higher it's going to go. I mean, in my opinion, it's just what I think. It's how I'm approaching things. You know, like I said, I was talking about this in my Discord yesterday. Links in the description. Talking about this in my Discord. But one thing that worries me about Hex is how much, I'm gonna say we, are relying on Richard Hart, even though he's over and over and over told us not to expect anything. Don't rely on the profit. Rely on profit from the work of others. But here we are, you know, cheering him on. Go, man, go. Like, I don't like that, you know? I just hope nothing happens to him. And for somebody, you know, like him, the guy seems to have a, I don't want to say death wish, but he talks about getting robbed in Panama. Let me try and find it. I mean, he's going off, like, he's getting all that clout about Celsius and BlockFi. He's getting all that. You know, do your victory laps, bro. Let's see if I can find it. This one been going in lately. Here we go. He talks about getting robbed in Panama, and then he walks around like this. Like, bruh. I get it, might be a nice place. You know, it's probably not gonna happen here, but go back to your castle. Can you go back to your castle before something happens to you? Racing cars, you know. You know, it's the risk he takes, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one thing I don't like about Hex. Is actually the thing that I love about it is it has a central figure. Oh, the APY went up. Nice. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Great silence trash. How's more token doing? Let's see. Let's go check it out here on Etherscan. It's doing great. It's almost 90 days old. Wow. Incredible. Ancient token here. It's doing great. The only parabolic charts are USDT and USDC. Oh, dominance charts. Flare Network launching July 4th. Really? Might dip below 20K. That's cool. We expected this. Do I need to go? Just give me 1 second, I'll find it. 1 minute. 1 second here. Fuck it, I can't find it, fuck it. But yeah, I predicted 13K.
Yeah. Did it win?
I'm just sitting here in my cell like, damn, I'm really in jail. God, give me another chance to show you I can prevail. I can put my arm from wall to wall inside this tiny ass cell. I'm feeling the one that poses questions. I don't want no jank ass crib. I'm moving away with my little baby. Let's stop and buy you a bill. You mad as hell, and I can't wait to get inside of your reels. We out in Vegas, ain't talking club when I say chat on the strip. The police took all of the, I hope that's who I was. Fuck. I know that I'm a man, but fuck, I can't even stop to cry. Looking up at the church, I'm trying to pray that, keeping my soul clean, quiet, till I'm truly shot. Your soul black.
Can't hear none of you saying. What's up, chat? Great name for the event, PulseCon. What's up? Shouts out to new people in the chat. Anyone else looking more into Tron? Let me catch up with chat. My bad. What up, T-Time? Dune compares total volume. Like, how do you use that shit, though? I need to learn how to use that shit. Dune, is it XYZ? Let me stop being lazy. OpenSea, let's see, looks rare. Yeah, I need to use this site more, for sure. market share percentage ratio. So I guess this would be bad for it looks rare. Yeah, like I want to just see looks rare stats. Okay, yeah, we definitely gonna be digging into that. Shout out to me. Fuck, I thought of that. No, shout out to Scribe. Appreciate that, bro. I wouldn't have went to and checked. I thought you had to make your own things, bro. But it's a place where you can make them and post them. I didn't know you could post them like that. My G's down to hundreds. We need a whale to rug Hex to restart price for next bull run. I agree. I'm with you. It needs to, that liquidity needs to drain. And that'll be peak FUD. If there's no liquidity, and just a whole bunch of Hex. But the good news is there's a lot of stable coins on the sidelines because a lot of Hexkins took a lot of profit. So it'll slowly start to build up and go the other way. Man, that'd be so fun to watch. Honest question about what you think about PDEX.
Pause.
That's Europe. Man, Europe is the home of UK drill music. Or they just fake out there. They ain't really real out there. Probably. They probably ain't really about that shit. Y'all even have guns out there? France. Flare audit was completed. I'm seeing a lot of XRP comments coming in. Do you think if something happened to Richard Hart, Hex would fall apart or do blow up like what happens to music or artists after they're gone? Yeah, I was thinking about something like that. I was thinking about that. I think at first it would be really bad though. You know, I think it would be one of those situations where it would be like a legacy type. But what's his name? John McAfee. He created a coin. It was called Ghost. Was it called Ghost? I just realized that. It was like Ghost or something. And it's at 0, so. Can you mention other projects to get your opinion? Sure. But if I don't know, like if you're gonna give me a crypto to look at, give me something to search. Like don't say, what you think about this? I have never heard of it, probably. So you gotta like, what do you want me to look at? The price, the website? Got a booth. PulseChain, he'll be playing with some live person. That would be funny. I got a win yesterday actually on Warzone. So if you want to go, gaming channel is in the description. Go check out that win yesterday. I was slaughtering those kids. I probably had like 8 or 9 kills. Shit, cold as fuck. Damn. Sphere Finance. What? The project or the price? I mean, I guess I kind of got to look at the project first. No. I want to look at I'm gonna look at the price first and then look at the project. The price, how you spell it? Sphere. Yikes. Liquidity, non-existent. 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 Omatic. Guys, get these cars off of the ship. Yeah, I mean, this is where I looked at the price for. Yeah, I mean, what? There's really nothing I can say about this. It's the government's getting investors. I mean, it's new though. Let's check it out. Followed by Hex OG 55.
Curious George, the curious little monkey.
It looks pretty good. Holders of Spirit token can enjoy exposure to a diversified portfolio of cryptocurrency projects. Man, that liquidity is non-existent though. 138 million market cap. You know, I'm just not interested right now. This is good. Oh no, I'm already. Tell by the intro. Fiverr.
Welcome to Sphere Finance. I am Price Time and you're watching Sphere TV. In this video, I'm going to explain how Sphere Finance is quickly becoming the S&P 500 of crypto. Surprised that it is widely concealed within it and used that
You know, I'll check it out. I'm not really interested in anything right now. Not many people trust with your heart anymore. I didn't have HEX, my friends does, and they lost on 98% of it. When did they buy? Remember the real name for HEX? You mean Bitcoin HEX? Does SAC balances maintain their financial value given the mad market crash? Who knows? The points do. The points and stuff, that's still real if it comes out. Drill wasn't invented in the UK. Don't want to hear that shit. Don't want to hear it. No, it did not. Yeah, definitely started in Chicago. Y'all just wasn't listening to it. Please remember to check the charts against BTC ETH dominance. It's literally showing signs of life it hasn't shown in a long time. Appreciate the 5, Glenn. What you talking about? Checks out Gala, something to watch for next bull run. They have halvings each year. Website is dope too and down a lot. I've heard a couple times Gala be mentioned. Let's look at it. Thanks for the super chat, Glenn. Oh, I've drawn on this. Okay. Yeah, it is down a lot. It's down near, you know, where it, you know, started. Let's make sure that's all of the info. Rank 92. So this is a layer 1. Gala Games. 5 cents. What was, oh yeah. Whoa. No, that is not all of it. December. Nope. Yeah, so this has got to go down some more for me. You know, but you know what? I'm gonna throw this in my watch list though. You know, and appreciate the 5. It's gaming. I'm into gaming, but I'm very particular about games. I only play Call of Duty. Is movie block legit? Probably not, if you gotta ask. That's a good rule of thumb. Crypto banter hating on Richard hard this morning. Let's get off the HEX chain. Come on now, man. Come on, man. You're telling somebody who got in HEX at the beginning to get off of the chain? It's not even a chain, bro. It's a token. You're definitely in the wrong place if you think I'm gonna stop talking about HEX. When is Chainlink gonna freaking go up? Why would it go up? Yes, if you guys are new here, please subscribe. I do this every weekday, seriously, every weekday. Also, if you find any like buttons anywhere, you don't have to hit them or punch them or beat them or do any type of breaking, like you don't have to do any of that. Just bring it up front on my desk, all right? Thanks. 248 people and only 12 likes? Oh, nah, 125 likes. I was say. I feel like Gala should be a nice mover. Gala should be a nice mover. I don't know anything about it. Let's look at it. But yeah, this is probably one, like, there are some coin, like, this is another thing that I did last bull market. Fuck out of here. I remembered the coins that people always were talking about, asking about that I didn't have. And then when they started to rip, that's when I got them. You know, a lot of them didn't do well though. But some of them did. What is NFTs? You know, I'm just not into this shit, man. Battlestar Galactica. You know, what do I need the coin for? To buy these things? That's not enough reason to hold it. I would just buy it and use it. So this is like fake crypto to me. Like, I get it, but I like the direction the crypto is going because I'm seeing a lot of stuff that's like, wow, that could be in a crypto. What was I looking at? I was looking at something. I was like, man, they should use a crypto for that. I can't remember what it was. But what does the coin do? Does it stake? Does it even stake? Can you stake it? If you can't stake it, then I'm out. Well, actually, no. You start talking about HEX more now? Yeah, you should. Water first, so we'll kick that. Hold up, Ninja. Isn't the best time to buy when the liquidity is low? Yes. It's the most risky too. So, you know, if you know something that I don't, then yeah. But low liquidity, like under 100K liquidity, that's where I'm like, even though that's when the most appreciation can happen. So that's why I'm like, That's why I left it in my tabs, because I'll probably check it out this weekend. You know, talk HEX. Crypto veteran since 2013 here. Things are about to get boring. Oh yeah, we know. We're here with you, buddy. You're home. Talk about Craig Grant. Nothing to say. Waiting for 17K to buy more Bitcoin, still short in alts. Gala tokens buy MTs that increase power in the game. Okay, so you earn Gala in the games? Gala has huge partnerships. Okay, it's in the watch list. You know, I think that is one thing I think it is time to start doing, rebuilding this watch list and not jumping the gun too fast. What's the other one we was just looking at? Spear. It looked good. But it's on Matic. I'm not really into the Matics and Petics. Is that it? That's the logo? That doesn't look like the logo I was just seeing. This is it? No, because they were like, use a new contract. This is the new contract. So let's see. No, we gotta, yeah. This has no liquidity though, man. It has no liquidity. Like, and that's it. There's no liquidity there. What? We'll leave it in there for a while though. We'll see how long it lasts in the watch list. What's some more coins I should throw on the watch list? What is your elevator pitch on HEX? I don't have one. I would say the longer you stake, the more you make. What's the dollar value going to be? I don't know, but it goes up a lot. Yeah, I don't have one. I don't ever pitch it. Let's talk about what I'm doing. What about Pulse hot lists? What's your opinion? I haven't been to it. There is no PulseChain. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here, guys? Let's get real. Let's get real. People are about to go into depression/anger phase after another dump. Yeah. So boring for us or me. Depression and anger for them. If you just got into crypto. So little time, so much to buy. I'm with you on that one. Do you see Jerry Banfield talking shit about HEX? Yeah, I didn't watch it. I saw his upload because I am subscribed to him. I saw him upload a video, but because I saw his first video he did the other day when he was talking about crypto. Whenever he talks about crypto, I'm like, oh snap, Jerry talking about crypto. Then he said something about HEX. I was like, what? Come on, man. So I think he's just clout chasing because that's what he does, man. He's trying to get views and stuff. So he's gonna come back and say, see this video, I talk joke about HEX and got more views. That's what. So he's just clout chasing. Because this channel, that video got a lot of views. Let's go see. Let's go watch it, actually. Let's go see. Jerry Banfield. How many views did they get? Look at that, 700. Let's see how many views his... Now, he does get some views on some of the stuff. Let's see his last uploads. 1,000. When he talks about crypto, that's when he gets views. People want to hear him talk about crypto, whether he likes it or not. It's kind of like me. Yeah, you talk about anything else, nobody cares. Let's see.
Hey, it's Cliff here. Be sure to watch NASCAR live on Fox and FS1 on YouTube TV. Try it free.
But I think he might be wrong.
$1,200, $5,000.
Of course, his videos have these type of ads on them.
My friends, today we're doing what I hope will be the worst, most critical review ever of HEX, Pulse.
Why do you want to have the worst? Is he trolling? Because he is known to troll. Like, he did a video the other day talking about how he identifies as black, and I have no problem with that. You can identify as whatever these days. You can identify as whatever you want to identify as. What's good, my Nick?
HEX and PulseChain. And what'll make this special is we're going to do it in a way that's respectful. No name calling, no just putting people down, but let's actually get in and analyze this from a bigger perspective. I hope you can watch this before you buy any HEX or PulseX or PulseChain, and if not, I hope this can give you a good perspective on it. And I want to thank Michael Suppo with Suppo Man.
Free post with the 20, appreciate it. Hey bro, did we get all the info about more on Post Hot List, right? What's the website? Why do people do that? Why? I'm not no shade. But why do people, what's the dot what? So I can check. And I'll let you know. It's not hard. It's 8 trillion coins and that's it.
You're a superhero for crypto for suggesting, based on what I've been talking about, that I do this video. You're going to want to watch this video if you have any interest in HEX or PulseX or PulseChain. Now, let's really dive into this. And the point of view I want to dive into this from is this something, to me, if you're going to invest in a cryptocurrency, it needs to be something that is truly better than the fiat currencies we already have that governments print.
Okay.
And it needs to have a serious chance at being adopted globally. And my question is PulseX and PulseChain and HEX, are these good for the nearly 8 billion people we have in the world? If all 8 billion people in the world used this, would it be good for them? That means we're going to look at HEX and Pulse from the point of view of, is it fair? Fairness in crypto is very important because what we've got right now is gross income
I want to skip
inequality.
But I hear what
Look
he's
at this graph on Wikipedia.
he
The
might make a
majority
good
of the
point.
countries in the world, you got US, Australia, and a few others that make more than 60,000 per GDP nominal per capita. And then you've got some countries that are so poor, it's hard to believe. People are starving to death. Tens of thousands of people are starving to death every day. Meanwhile, other people have
I look
so
at that
much
graph, I'm
money.
like, I want to go to Africa. Like, because y'all know I'm 50% Nigerian, right? So, well, 51%. I want to go to Africa, man. It's calling me.
It's a problem. So let's look at HEX through that point of view. Let's see how it actually is generating these returns. And let's consider whether this is worth your time.
Zimbabwe.
Time or energy, and same thing with PulseChain and PulseX. So to begin, let's look at HEX, because HEX is, I've seen so many HEX flexes, and you look at the HEX website, and at first it starts to look really good. Like HEX stakes average 38% returns a year.
Right.
So you're telling me if I put 1,000, where's my keyboard? I'm doing this live too, to just have a real chat and talk with people and have a valuable discussion. So I'm answering viewer questions. So you're telling me if I put $1,000 into HEX?
No. Nope. Nope. That's not what we're saying. It's not what the website says. It's not what it says. It's not what it says, Jerry. I know you're watching this. It's not what it says.
And times that by 1.38. So next year I'm gonna have 1,300. The year after that, 1,900.
No, that's not what it says. Let's go over to HEX daily stats here. It's based on the amount of HEX tokens. What's that website? Oh, I can't go to it. What's the website that shows you how much HEX you'll have? Yeah. It's based on the HEX amount, not the dollar amount. You earn 38% HEX. Now, what those HEX are worth, no one knows.
3 years, 2,600, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're saying I put $1,000 into a HEX stake.
What's funny is if you would have done that, you would have made way more than that. That's what's funny. You would have made way more than that. You'd have made like, if you would have put 1,000 in HEX last year, you'd still be up. I mean, I don't even know, bro. Let's see, this time last year, June. Let's see, you'd be up a little bit. Actually, you'd be down. But you had the opportunity to make a lot, so.
Stake and stake it for like 10 years, and I'm gonna have $25,000 in.
You hear how he said that? Like it's not possible. Like, you've been in crypto, dude. That's not even that crazy. He's gotta be trolling.
10 years? What's up, Gabriel? Thanks for watching on Facebook. That looks a little.
You know, I think what he's gonna do? This is so Jerry. He's the type to start off really skeptical and keep looking into it and become a complete fanboy of it. Cause he needs a community. That's what he does. He you know what I'm saying? He wants, if you know, you know.
Ridiculous.
He did it with Dash, he did it with Steam.
And let's analyze, where do these returns actually come from? How are these 38% returns being generated? And look at the webpage. We have the founder of HEX celebrating owning the biggest diamond in the world. Is this something that all people on Earth would really appreciate and benefit from? Is this good for them? I think it's important we consider not just how am I gonna make a profit for myself and my friends and my family, but when we're investing, we consider how is this going to benefit the greater world? Is this gonna be good for all people on planet Earth, or is it?
Probably. It has a high chance to be very great for the world. I mean, I don't see what why he's going there with it. I don't see why he's taking it that route. No, we did way better. Yeah, he did want to be the worst reviewed. He did say that from the very beginning. It's fun and Hex, that's all. Smooth brain folks just don't understand Hex. Smooth brained. Oh man, no name calling. Yeah, I think this is actually great for the world.
It's just gonna make me and my friends rich. Let's scroll down and look a little bit. The Hex price went up 9,481 times so far. That's great. The Bitcoin prices went up quite a bit too. The current price is 3 cents. And the market cap's 20 billion.
He's doing it
according
at
to
the perfect time when it's down. Like anybody making a FUD video now, they're doing it at the perfect time to look stupid, man. It's so great that he's not doing it when it was like 50 because it would look, he would be right.
This website. It says there's 4,671, whatever, you can see it. And 96,000
Yeah,
staked.
you already read that number. 467, or whatever.
So let me do a little bit of math here. 6 holders. Divided, I think I need to inverse this, but all right, whatever. Yeah, let me inverse that. So 20% of holders
He's obviously good at math.
are staking. 20% of holders are...
No, it's not 20%. It's more like, Jerry, if you do your research, you know, if you just go ask some questions, like all you gotta do is ask questions and you can get the real, you don't have to speculate. It's actually closer to 9.4%. So I don't know how you got that number, but.
Staking. Utah says Hex is another Ponzi scheme. Michael says you should go live. You should go live with Richard Hart. If he wants to go live with me, I'll be happy to go live with him. You ran into a commercial before entering.
He has no viewers. He might do it though.
This one's monetized. So 20% of Hex holders are staking, and 80% are not. Now let's think about that for a second. Now where do you make money on Hex? It says Hex is special. It is special. Hex's inflation is capped at 3.69%, and it pays 38% on average. Well, that seems a little too good to be true, doesn't it? Or a little too...
It does it. I don't get, like, motherfuckers just like in disbelief. Bro, it's actually doing the shit. You can actually track it yourself. It does it. It's right here. 39, 38, 39, 38, 42. It's doing it. I think people get so caught up in the dollar value of it that if you just ignore the dollar value of it, you can see how it's very possible. Stop looking at the dollar value.
Good to be productive for the rest. Now let's look at how this worked out. So 3.69 inflation doesn't
sound like, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm taking up. I mean, I am taking up for Hex, obviously, but it kind of, I'm just speaking the facts. He's speculating when you can just go look at the facts. Like, I don't get it.
Sound too bad. Until you consider Bitcoin inflates at like 0.18 or something % a year. So compared to Bitcoin, this inflates 20 times as much as Bitcoin. 20 times as much as Bitcoin. That means with inflation, this is a problem a lot of us are not aware of, but I hope we can get... Inflation means there's more money.
But do you know where the inflation goes? He don't know that. He doesn't know where the inflation goes, though. I wish I would have been watching this live.
Being printed. And if inflation is distributed to everyone equally, that's not too big of a problem unless you don't have any money. In which case, or if you just have a little bit. Because then everybody who has more money is getting even richer than you. And meanwhile, you're falling behind. Well, if it was all
No, it's not. That's not entirely true. The longer
distributed fairly across the whole network, that might be okay, but how exactly does this work?
let's let him talk.
Well, the way I see that this works is you have to stake your HEX to get a piece of inflation.
Right.
Think about this. You have to stake your HEX to get a piece of inflation. That means 80% of people are not getting any inflation on HEX. And this is why it pays 30% APY on average. Because the majority of people who are not staked are getting 0. So that means only 20% of people are getting all of the inflation.
Right.
So let's multiply that inflation by 5. So 3.69 times 5.
What are you doing times
So that
5
means
for?
20% of people are getting 18% interest just from inflation. This is all rough math.
Yeah.
But then where's the rest of that coming from? The rest of that is coming from people who are losing their shares to stake it. You have to promise to, you burn your HEX and leave it in, you burn it. And then promise to keep it in for a certain amount of time.
Right.
So that means this inflation is going to just these people. And out of all these holders, just these people are actually getting the interest. And these people are getting the penalties as well.
Right.
Which means 80% of people are...
It's paying the patient people. Like, wouldn't you have loved if Bitcoin did that for you? Like, I don't see what the problem is. Like, he sounds mad that the people that are patient and willing to lock their money up and say fuck it for a couple years are getting all the reward. I'm like, what's the beef? I don't see the beef. What up, Silky Storms? Appreciate the membership.
Getting nothing, while 20% of people are getting massive rewards. However, not all the 20% of people are getting equal rewards, because the longer you stake, the more you get.
He knows.
And then you have to pay fees every time you stake also. So is this something that the majority of these people could really participate in? And this is going to lead us into PulseX.
Let's see. Is it? I mean, right now, if you are in one of those red or yellow areas, you're probably going to have a hard time getting into HEX. You know, that's a fact. I'm with you there. And like you said, once we get to Pulse, like I feel like he's going to take this, he's got to be taking this to some type of positive direction.
PulseChain.
Holy shit, Genius Tokenomics with the $500 donation. We got to stop the show. Guys, get out of here. Genius Tokenomics just sent me basically half of one of my car payments. So, thanks. Thank you, sir. That ain't nothing to you though, bro. Appreciate it.
Can the people in the majority of the world pay all of the gas?
Say anything, bro. Say something. No message. This nigga like, man, here.
Fees that are necessary just to stake this? No, the majority of people in the world would barely be able to get a hold of any. So let's assume that this was a global currency, and let's assume PulseX solves the problem of fees. You've still got a system where 20% of the people get all of the new HEX created. That means 80% of people, if you look at the inflation rate, the overall inflation, let's say there's, I don't know, we'll make up like 1 million total. I could put bigger numbers in, but for simplicity, what I'm doing right now, so this is, let's say you start off with 1 million HEX, for example. Okay. And after year 1, there's now 1.03, year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right.
So after 10 years, there's almost 50% more HEX than there was before. However...
No, it's not true. Only to the stakers. These guys are getting diluted, so there isn't 50% more of HEX. It's not true. In this wallet, yes. But everybody else, no. They're getting diluted like shit.
Only 20% of people got access to that 50% that was created. So if you are not one of those 20% of people who staked it, basically people have to buy all of that 50% just for the price to stay the same.
That's if they sell it, though. If they sell it. I see how you're looking at me. Yeah. I got you. If they sell it. A lot of people restake, man. And do you know how liquidity pools work? Like, I don't think you know any of this stuff because you've been missing. You don't know how liquidity works. I mean, you might get into that stuff. Let's keep watching.
So a small percentage of people get rich, while the majority at best stay the same.
All you had to do was stake, though. Like, just stake. What are you in it for if you're not staking?
And realistically lose. That is not better than fiat. That's exactly what we have with the fiat system. If you're a billionaire, you can pay to change the rules. You can pay to get the government to do what you.
But you can't pay. You can't change the rules in X.
You want to. You can make sure the new money that's printed comes into your hands.
I mean, if you stake, then it comes into your hands too.
And that's why that such a small percentage of people control such a large amount of the wealth in the world. And that's why you've got so many of these countries that are dirt poor. People are starving to death and barely have any standard of living. HEX is exactly.
Yeah, that is why. But no, it is not. No, it's not. It's not exactly like that. Like, there are arguments, like if he came on here and was talking about how it's about Richard Hart and like centralize the Richard, I would be with him. But he's talking about stuff that isn't even true, really. Like, he's making the things that are true sound bad. Like, what's wrong with paying the stakers? There's no problem with paying miners to pollute the environment. I hate to sound so cliche, but I mean, you're paying miners to sell and pollute the environment. I mean, that's pretty bad. Let's talk about that for Bitcoin. Call a spade here.
Like fiat currency, a very small amount of people get all the rewards and the majority lose. I say 99% chance this fails completely and goes to zero, especially HEX on Ethereum when you've got PulseX and PulseChain launching. I'd say 99% chance the bottom completely falls out of this and it goes to zero. Julian says HEX is king. And Michael brings up a good question and says, you made a lot of money with Dash. Why hate on HEX or PulseChain? I think it's important we have solid critical feedback of everything because it's too easy when you've already bought HEX and staked it, especially if you're a crypto YouTuber. You've got an incentive to get more people to buy it because those people that buy.
I never say buy HEX. I even was saying I wouldn't buy it. The whole time HEX was going on, I was saying I wouldn't buy HEX. That's all I say is don't buy that shit. Now I'm buying the shit.
It are pumping your bag up. And the reason it's went up so much is because of all the people who've bought it. But when people stop buying this and see that, 20% of people get all of the new HEX, and not even that.
Oh. Like, that's how it works. Like, what's wrong with that? I don't get what his problem with that is. I don't get what his problem with the stakers getting it. That's how it was designed.
But this is made for advanced users who know what they're doing and who've got lots of money, who can afford to set up different stakes and constantly cash out. The average person who might want to just buy a little bit and stake it is totally screwed because of.
I don't think so. Depends on where you buy. It depends on a bunch of different factors. Like, yeah, if you buy at the top and stake it till now, you're screwed. you fucked up big time. But we don't know. The average stake length is 6.6 years. We gotta wait and see.
The fees And
think it's
if
gonna
you
do
don't
fine, though.
do your stake properly, you can
I
actually
just had this feeling. I just
loot.
had this feeling that it's gonna do. Every time, like I go in through phases with Hex my damn self. Like sometimes, I'm like, man, this shit. I don't know about this shit, man. Lately, and then I had this other part of me. It's like, yo, you're gonna want to be here in 15 years. You're gonna want to wish you staked something. Like even now, I'm looking at stakes that's coming out that I did day 500. You know, day 400. Like, damn, man, that was a... And they're coming out all the time. Hello.
Lose almost all of it. And that's a big problem. That's not something that it would be useful for the 8 billion people on Earth. And here's what makes Hex
Jerry.
even more problematic.
What happened, man? Let's get the answers now. Are you trolling, man? You're welcome, bro. I love you, bro.
Pause.
But I think you're wrong about this one, man. I would say definitely. Look, I'm gonna give you some sites to check out. HexDailyStats.com. Let's see another one. This one right here, Hex.Vision. Let's let this one load up for him. Hex.Vision. I would also look into Hex.com. It's another good one. I would say look at, what's this one? Aphex.win, another good one. Hexgraphs.com, good one. It's a simpler version. And this one right here that says personal that I'm not gonna click on. Yeah, check out those. My favorite is Hex Daily Stats though. And you know, if you like the complicated stuff, Hex.Vision. We're gonna keep watching though. And I know that's what you want.
Once
You
the
want people to watch
Pulse Chain and
videos,
PulseX, once those get fully launched
so
and
targeting
operational,
Hex is gonna work.
the way I see it, there's a big incentive. Whoever cashes out, whichever whale with a huge wallet cashes out of this first, can tank the market hard for everybody else. Somebody who's
Right.
locked up and gets a big stake that comes through
Yep.
and sells it. I have a friend who's way into...
Now, what you gotta understand is liquidity pools. The lower this number, the more of a rug it becomes. It's gonna sound crazy, the better. The lower this number goes, the better. Remember that. I've been saying that shit for weeks. The more they dump this shit, the better. I know it sounds crazy, but you gotta understand these two things right here. Okay? It makes me excited thinking about it. I can't wait for it to go zero.
way into Hex and has made a lot of money off it. He says it'd be really easy to crash the price for this thing, and the whales know it, and they don't want to do it. Well, it's just gonna take one person. It'll just take one person.
Yeah. And then he's
do
out.
that.
And then he's out, and then it can go back up again. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, he's doing the imaginary horribles thing where, you know what I'm saying, you can, oh, this will happen. What if this happens? Oh, what if one whale dumps? Oh, what if this? What if the fucking asteroid hits the Earth, bro?
It'll only take one person to do that, and it'll all go downhill. And that's what I see is going to happen, especially after this launches on PulseChain. So my review of this is just as bad as fiat currency. This is just as bad as the U.S. government printing hordes of U.S. dollars. And I'm talking about this because when I got into Dash,
right,
and I got
and when it's down, who was around when we saw those fucking when it was no liquidity and we saw those monstrous green fucking dildos
Pause.
going straight up, just into oblivion, straight up. Just one candle on the screen for hours on end, just up. That's when the liquidity was the lowest, when it was rugged by one person. One wallet did that shit. Nobody's talking about that imaginary wonderful.
Into Steam, I wish I'd have watched a video that was extremely critical of Dash and extremely critical of Steam before I put $11,000 into Dash, before I told people how great it was, and
they went up. You're doing the opposite. You're doing the opposite of what made you win. So what's the opposite of winning? I rest my case.
Then I cashed out after I made 70-something thousand on it, and the price of Dash today is less than it was 5 years ago.
And that's the end, right? That's just it. Nothing it'll never go up again. It's just it. That's it. You got weak hands.
That's not good.
And you won. This whole thing is about patience and hodling through shit like this, you know? I'm looking at you because I know you're in the chat right now. Don't be on the wrong side of history, man. It's called lookintohex.com. Literally do it.
For the majority of people, and I made that money because other people bought in after me, and then I did the same thing again with Steam, and that's why today, see, we need very critical reviews of every altcoin. We need very critical reviews to look at and say, this was created under the pretext to make a better Bitcoin, to make something better than Bitcoin. This is not better than Bitcoin.
It's better than Bitcoin, bro. I'm sorry. This is better than Bitcoin. I wish Bitcoin had a feature where I could have locked it up till now when I got in at $300. I wish I had some yield for holding my Bitcoin. Nope, no yield, nothing. It doesn't do anything. I got the same amount of Bitcoin sitting in my wallet forever. It'll always be like that. This is better than Bitcoin just off of that.
This is far worse than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, anyone in the world can grab some Bitcoin and hold on to it, and because the inflation rate is so low,
not really. Bitcoin has fees.
You have a chance that just holding on to your Bitcoin, it will be much more valuable in the future, and that's something that's globally accessible. This is a distraction from Bitcoin, which has much better fundamentals and is much more appropriate for the whole world. So we've looked at the key thing in HEX. The key thing in HEX is that the majority of people are left out of all the new HEX that's created. And out of the people that stake, probably the majority of stakers will pay penalties, and a small minority of stakers. Like he could have
got into any coin. He just picked Dash. But all the coins went up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad example.
Get rich and earn huge amounts of money off this, which is why it's absolutely, I say 99% chance this goes totally to zero.
Somebody clip that.
And it's been around long enough where it hasn't fallen apart yet.
Bro, how long does it need to be? It's going on 3 years. BitConnect didn't last 3 years, man. Scams don't last this long, man. I mean,
this 5 years that I'm interested to see where it is. Now, let's look at, the founder of HEX said to lower transaction gas fees. Richard,
and I'm welcome to being completely wrong about HEX. I would be surprised. I wouldn't be that surprised if it just fails. I wouldn't be that surprised because it's a crypto. But I just had this feeling, like I have large holdings in a couple of coins, but I'm not buying more of them. For some reason, I'm choosing to buy more HEX. And it's because of the way it works. I love the way the shit works. I love buying that shit, locking it, putting it in a time capsule, and coming back to it in a couple years and being like, damn, I did that back then. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Richard Hart is building a new Ethereum fork called PulseChain. Well, that sounds good at first when you think of it, right?
So I'll just be blown. I'll be like, damn, man, it's unfortunate this didn't work because I like it so much.
Kyle, nice to see you here on Facebook. So at first that sounds nice. What's up, James? Nice to see you today. And Michael says you can buy HEX today and make 100x. Well, how would I make that 100x? By a bunch of other people buying it? And if I didn't stake it, other people would be making even more. The only way I can make 100x is if a bunch more people buy into it, and those people are going to lose. And this is why we gotta stop thinking of how do I make money, which I've very much been thinking of. I even helped pump recently a better than HEX startup. I made tens of thousands of dollars off, and it left me to question everything.
Facebook.
Like, seriously?
Yeah.
I'm promoting something that I don't believe in myself just because it's making me money, and that's what got me to get to a place where we need to think about which blockchain is best for all people, not just for ourselves to make money. So if we look at HEX, this seems clear. This is not a blockchain where most people win. This is
it's not a blockchain at all.
I mean, it's on the Ethereum blockchain too.
Right.
So the Ethereum gas fees are miserable. There's been a ton of money spent just on gas fees to even get HEX. So Richard Hart says that he wants to build a new Ethereum fork called PulseChain,
right,
so that you can really use HEX the way it was meant to be used.
Right.
Now, the number one critique I have here is that do we have any shortage? Do we have any shortage of Ethereum clones and copies? Do we have any shortage of things that are supposed to be better than Ethereum?
No.
I mean, we got Binance, it's BNB, we gotta just look at these.
I'm what he's going with here. I am kind of with you on that. Why not just launch it on? Well, yeah. I mean, I get why not, because you don't know what the fuck. I remember Matic has admin keys. I remember all the reasons. So it's like, well, you don't want to put. Why not just build your own network? I mean, like, damn, like what's like this motherfuckers be hating, really, bro. It's just haters. Like, well, why not just build it on something else that's already fast? Well, they might change it, and I don't want to change it. We tried that with ETH. Did that, like, from what I understand, launched on ETH. Here comes Vitalik. Actually, we're gonna make it so when you stake for a long time, you pay higher fees. Well, if people gonna be doing that every time I try and launch a coin on a project, I'm gonna make my own chain. It makes sense.
Look how many other blockchains are trying to be better than Ethereum.
See, that's the part he's leaving out. He probably doesn't know that. HEX was fine on Ethereum, and then they implemented something to where if you stake the way you use HEX, it affects tokens that work like HEX. So that's when PulseChain came along. So that makes sense, man. I don't see any. I would say, yeah, why don't you just put it on some other chain? Well, they might change something too. So why don't you just have the control yourself and make your own chain that's not gonna affect your baby? It makes sense.
We need another blockchain that's trying to be better than Ethereum? Seriously? Or would it make more sense to help some of these other blockchains? I'm gonna make an analogy here that will help make this very clear. So on the surface, it looks like, well, great, the founder looks at it, sees people are paying these high gas fees, and the founder wants to...
Did I sacrifice for Pulse? Yes, and PulseX. Why? A lot too. And I'm cool with if it was just a sacrifice. If it was just a sacrifice, it's cool with me. I didn't put more than I can afford to lose. That's always my rule of thumb. But I'm pretty sure PulseChain will eventually come out. I think it's all about timing the bear market. I think that's what it's about.
Make a Ethereum fork called PulseChain where we can transact HEX and where we can have much lower fees and faster transaction times. This is not an exactly original idea. Let's look at this.
Yeah,
EOS.
EOS
This is
isn't an EVM though. You like comparing oranges to apples and saying, well, this didn't work, so it can't work. You know, I think you have every right to be thinking the way you are, but you need to talk to someone like me who's been following this shit every single day. Been in it since the beginning, since before it even came out. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff that you're like not thinking about. Like the thing about Ethereum changing, you know, how fees work. You know, I think if you approach it with, I would say, if you go watch Richard Hart streams, you might have a different, you can then begin to start to look at it as maybe it's just somebody who actually is trying to do something good. Learning a lot, good.
Currency, I was extremely...
And which I think that's what your whole thing was anyway. I think you're going to FUD it at first, and then you're going to do some research, and then you're going to turn into a fanboy, just like you did Dash and Steam. You know, but with those that just ended, those just ended horribly.
Critical of 5 years ago. It's ranked 47 now. This was launched as the Ethereum killer. Some people would call it Ethereum on steroids.
But how did it work? I used EOS when it came out. It was complicated as fuck. And from the beginning, if you've been following me, I always complain about how this isn't going to be shit because it's too difficult with the RAM and CPU, and the shit was too complicated and it wasn't compatible with Ethereum. So it's your apples to oranges here.
This was launched that this is going to take down Ethereum. It's better than Ethereum. I said this is crap. Now let's look at it. Look at where it is today. Current price is $1. But more than that, much more than that, this currency, EOS, had a $4.3 billion
Here. Let's ignore this.
Now, yes, it did pump up here, and I'm sure some people sold, but again,
yeah, I did.
we'll talk about EOS here. The company that did the EOS ICO has 140,000 Bitcoin. Y'all need me to show you how much that is? 140 a scheme to get people to build up your Bitcoin library, or to build up your Bitcoin only. And I see the exact same fundamentals for PulseChain. Exact same fundamentals. It's hyped up, and this is, to me, the absolute thing you need to look at. So PulseChain on the sacrifice. Now, this is on the PulseChain website, the official PulseChain website. Now, there is not a working version of PulseChain that you can actually use to make real transactions. There's a test net, which means the money's worthless and they're just getting this figured out, and it's got delayed. Now, they raised over $1 billion for this and PulseX. And there's not...
And you can go find the money. And you can say, what's going to happen with all that? What's going to happen with all that money? All that USDC? What's going to happen? We can speculate. We don't have to expect anything. But we can just speculate. I mean, if we know how liquidity pools work, which I know how liquidity pools work, we can speculate. It's probably going to be used to bump the price. You know what I'm saying? So,
not even a working chain out. No.
Speculation.
Now look at this disclaimer. So this was done instead of an ICO to try and to get around the SEC.
Try?
PulseChain.
Try? Oh, it did.
And PulseX did sacrifices. A sacrifice is where you basically send your money to an address and you're just giving it up. You're sacrificing it. Like just driving down the window and throwing your money out the window, except, you know, Richard Hart's driving behind you and catching it.
Good analogy.
And then you're hoping you get sacrifice points, and sacrifice points are used to create the new blockchain. Look at this disclaimer. You are sacrificing to prove how strong you believe that you are sacrificing to prove how strong shouldn't it say how strongly? Can we get this disclaimer? Did somebody edit this? You are sacrificing to prove how strong you believe that blockchains are speech. Huh? And speech is a protected human right. What does that have to do with giving this company $1 billion? This is an important political statement. No, this is a way to try and get around the SEC calling you a security.
Well,
you must have no expectation of profit from the work from others.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
What?
You should. What? That's a question? You shouldn't. Yeah, and it's not a company. Like, what? Yeah, what? Yeah, you should not expect any profit from anybody. If you want something done, you should do it yourself.
What? Okay. So you're telling me these people sacrificed $1 billion?
No, they didn't.
And all that was sacrificed?
Cumulatively.
Priced on PulseChain, which was a few $100 million. I can't be bothered to pull that other one up. You're telling me people sacrificed billions of dollars with no expectation of profit? Is this honest?
Yes.
Are we being serious right now?
Yes. Very serious.
Look at this leaderboard.
It's for speech. The fact that the fact that he has to do that, that is the whole thing. He can't say anything. He has to say things a certain way. You have to wear things a certain way. That's why it's, you know, that's the whole what is the word? Like, it's like a inside of an inside. I can't even explain it, but, or a snake eating a tail. The fact that it has to even be done that way is the problem.
I know I'm throwing PulseX and PulseChain interchangeably, but PulseX is the decentralized exchange on PulseChain. And they're all kind of lumped in anyhow.
I should just start debating.
You're telling me that somebody sent $40+ million.
I mean, you could just go look at the wallet. You could just click on the transaction and see.
Speech is a protected human right. For real? You know what you can do? You can send me $40 million because you believe that Jerry Banfield, YouTube, and Facebook are free speech.
What's your address?
You can do that. Or you know what would be better? Because I've already got plenty of money. I don't need any more. Why don't you send some of these people those billions of dollars? Because they'd like to know about blockchains being free speech when, you know, there's tens of thousands of them dying every day because they can't buy enough food to feed themselves. And the ones that are surviving,
hey man, you know what Richard Hart was saying? I raised $27 million to save your life.
Africa and some of the other places that are just in desperate need of a fair financial system. They're barely able to get tiny kids getting fed at school, a tiny bowl of like that stuff you saw in the Matrix. A little protein, a little bit of like, let's try and not let you die today. You're telling me that $1 billion was sacrificed over how strong you believe that blockchains are free speech and is a protected human right?
Maybe.
People sacrifice for $1 billion. You must have no expectation from the profit of work from others? I mean, this is a little bit more than just having trust in Richard Hart. I mean, this is insane. The set of people with sacrifice to show their commitment to this political statement is not a political statement. It's a project you're hoping to make a profit off of. Like, can't we just be honest? It's not a political statement.
That's why. We cannot be honest. No, you can't. You gotta twist your words and stuff, or you get in trouble.
Project you're looking to make a profit off. The sacrifice points are not meant to have any monetary value? Well, why are you giving them out? Just take the money and don't even give anybody anything. The sacrifice points, this is a...
Yes, I want
seriously?
the points. Give me the
They're
points.
not meant to have any monetary value.
No.
Really?
Crypto value.
Remember, you're not buying anything. The world is just noticing you are amongst a group of people that sacrifice to make a political statement. What? I mean, this...
Why is that so hard to believe?
My kids would not go for this. Seriously? The only thing we know...
Some countries tax their citizens when they receive things of value. Hello?
Of set what?
These coins,
can this
if
be
we get
written
any, they're for
so I
free.
can read it? The only thing we know of set to be airdropped for free to this political group so far is PulseChain.
Oh, see what happens when you read everything? See what happens when you read? The only thing we know of set to be airdropped for free to this political group so far is PulseChain PLS. Wow. Reading is very important, Jerry. And you just found out live. Oopsie.
So it just said you're sacrificing to make a point. There's no expectation of profit from work of others and not meant to have any monetary value, but...
You're getting coins.
We're gonna give you some PulseChain when this whole...
Exactly. Exactly. They're just coins. They have no value. Now, people can give them value at a later point, but these are completely worthless. And those people may give a value to them based on how much they sacrificed for the free tokens. But who knows?
Thing settles when all the dust clears.
Right.
And here's another nice thing. So I ask, one of the main ways we need to evaluate cryptocurrencies is this better than fiat? Is this something that can make a positive difference for the world? Can we help all these countries that are disastrously broke? And can we help these 8 billion people, I rounded up 50 million, can we help these 8 billion people have a better quality of life? And to do that, we need a fair currency. So let's look at the sacrifice leaderboard for Pulse X. So somebody who sends in $48 million gets a 2.4+% multiplier.
Right.
So that means they effectively sent in over $100 million. Meanwhile, the dude down here, or girl, that sent in $1.1 million only gets a 1.93 multiplier. How fair is that? So whoever sends these huge sacrifices in, who are...
Well, I mean, if you want more, you want to reward the bigger players. If you want more crypto to come in, maybe reward the biggest players. That's simple.
Already can afford to blow
and I mean,
tens of millions.
Who cares? I didn't get a bonus that high. Who cares? I'm not tripping about a bonus. I would bet that if there were any value to these tokens, you're probably not going to care if there was a bonus.
Billions of dollars on a protected human right political statement.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and this is Lincoln, and we are the Austin Flipsters.
We buy, design, and innovate
So you're saying that people who already have more money should get a multiplier for what they already sent. How fair is that? So
to sacrifice 48 million, and I'm not even let's not even count that address. Let's count like one of these addresses. To sacrifice $10 million and not expect profit, you deserve some type of bonus. I'm sorry, because that takes some courage. If you look at it as a game, and stop looking at it so monetarily, like you want to so bad, it starts to make a lot more sense.
The number one person up here is the number so big. What is this? We got millions. The top person gets 1 trillion sacrifice points. And if you go down here, to the 100th person, they get 20 billion sacrifice points. Yeah, that looks like a nice
top 10 addresses though. Really think about it. Hello, custodial. It's not you and me. It's not gonna matter. They're probably not gonna be dumping and making the price do crazy shit. Come on, man.
That does not look fair at all.
Yes, it does.
So the more money you have,
building it. It's fair as fuck.
You're going to get a multiplier that's going to give you even more money. I mean, wouldn't you think it should be the opposite? If you send in $48 million, you should get a negative multiplier. Like, well, you've got so much money already.
And why would they even do it?
You should get less than somebody who sends.
Like,
I realize that wouldn't work because people just send in
a
bunch of small transactions. But seriously, this is how fiat already works. Oh, Mr. Whoever, you've got this many $1 billion, good. You can just buy your way through the whole system, get the new money that's printed, and we'll keep going with this whole inequality thing. That sounds great. Look at all these cryptos now. Half of the sacrifice was HEX, which leads me to question the validity of it in the first place, because I saw another.
And what's the other half, though? Oh, all the other legit coins? Quote unquote. You mean the 246 million in ETH, the 48 million USDT, the 100 million in USDC, the 17 million BUSD, the 15 million in BNB, the 6 million in DAI, 3 million AVAX, 3 million SHIB, 3 million Bitcoin, 3 million Link, just a million here, a million there, a million here, a million there. That don't count? What?
Another crypto that did a HEX copy, you know, this is a better than HEX sacrifice, and almost all the HEX was almost all the sacrifice for that was done by people who basically got the token given to them for free or paid a very small price. And it looked on the headline like it sacrificed a lot, but it was all smoke and mirrors. There was very little actual money put into the sacrifice. And with 500 million HEX, I mean, who sacrificed 500 million HEX? I mean, I'm sure you could go through and audit it. You know, but who is this person? Who are these people right here that sacrificed this much?
Hart, bro.
Did they essentially just buy this HEX or get it almost totally free, then sacrifice a whole bunch of it, and now they're going to make even more money? Like, this just gets worse and worse the more you look at it. Right? Derek says, so you're just giving them money to make a statement? I know, and that. What's up, Ryan? Nice to see you. Mario, what's up? Raphael says this guy don't have any good argument. Wait, which guy? I know no one, of course nobody had to sacrifice, but the fact is over $1 billion was raised for PulseX and PulseChain.
And why do you think that was? Why do you think that much was sacrificed? You know what I'm saying? If it was like 50,000, then I'd say, yeah, it's probably a scam, bro. It's $1 billion. And we don't, let's not even count the HEX side because you can't get that much liquidity anyway. Even though that means that those HEX are locked up, man. You know what? We can even go look at that actually. Let's go look. Let's go to Etherscan. Let's go to HEX. I'm doing this because I know Jerry's here watching. Holders. Well, would you look at that? Locked away, gone forever, half of the supply. What up, Hex Logic? Appreciate the membership. Enjoy the bonus content on the community tab. Gonna be putting some out this weekend. Yeah, so.
That in perspective. Let's look at a company here, Google. It's one of the most valuable companies in the world. They've made an incredible amount of services because PulseChain is basically a startup at this point. And I think it's perfectly ethical to raise money for a startup. That's perfectly ethical. But let's look at, let's put this in context. So Google Inc. was officially launched in 1998. All right, so the context here is that PulseChain has goals. It does not have a real product that's actually working. It has goals.
It's working. It's working. It's on testnet. That's working, man. If you can work on MetaMask, that's working. Now, you might say that it's not working to stall a little bit for the bear market. You don't want to launch in the bear market, man. People just going to sell because they need some money. It's working. Go try it out. It's fast as fuck, too.
This makes it a startup company. This means it is a security that has almost no real...
No, it isn't. It's not a security. You must have no expectations of profit off the work of others. I don't know why they're laughing, but it's true.
Real world value. It is all theoretical future value. It is not doing anything that's actually useful for all these people on this planet today. It is a startup company. At best, if you're going to label it that way. So Google was launched in 1998 after they developed a search engine algorithm known as Backrub. In 1996, the initial public offering was in 2004. That's 8 years after they started working on it. That's 6 years after a product that was actually very valuable. Telling me that an idea, a startup with no actual working product, more than a testnet, I can't go make real transactions that actually count on PulseChain or Pulse.
What do you mean count? What does count mean? Like, what does it mean to count in blockchain? Because nobody values the coins, they don't count. Okay.
PulseX today. You're telling me this is worth over $1 billion?
If you give me literally 39 seconds, I'm gonna show you.
Shut up, kid.
Google, and people bought $1.67 billion of Google after it'd been up for 8 years, after it'd been a company for 6 years, after it had a massive amount of value. I mean, it's crazy, and this is why you've got regulatory agencies like the SEC that want to stop this kind of thing, because
like, this is actually getting me excited for PulseChain again.
What are people getting?
I know he's wrong. Like, I know he's wrong. Like, I have forgot that PulseChain, I have gotten to the point where I'm not even checking for that shit anymore. And I think that's where we need to be anyway. It's not even checking for PulseChain. But I'm not gonna say it will. Well, I can, because it's not even running anymore. PulseChain will come out, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to speak in. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself.
Is this the next EOS where
really well.
5 years from now?
And it's obvious why. He ain't even said anything about the airdrop. Didn't even say anything about the free airdrop to all of Ethereum, bro. Hello, everyone. I got an airdrop from Optimism, a $400 airdrop because I used the bridge. It's like, oh, thanks. Now, imagine if they gave me all of my Ethereum coins, the same amount of them. I'm definitely gonna use it. Like Optimism, I'm not really gonna use it. I got some Optimism coins. I thought about using it, but you know what? I had to bridge some shit over to yield. I'm good. Now, imagine if they gave me all of my Ethereum coins. I don't need to bridge anything. I just use it now. I got something new to do. Everybody's dying for something new to do in crypto. Like, come on, man.
Now,
it's like pretty obvious.
The value, if this goes like EOS, 5 years from now, PulseChain and PulseX are going to have a lower value than what was sacrificed.
On the community tab.
If it goes on a similar trajectory, and it may not,
this weekend.
I'd say 98% chance this fails. And by fails,
Yeah, what do you
meaning
mean by
that
fail?
any more than a temporary pump here or pump there, over the next 5 years, the value of
You're
Pulse
talking
Chain and
about a guy, Richard Hart, who all he does is talk about charts and how they go up. Like, that's all he talks about. Up and to the right. That's the motto. And you're saying 98% chance? I would say more like 40, 30. Then I might be with you. It probably fails in a couple years. But you're talking about a guy who talks about parabolas. That's all he talks about. Parabolas, and how all other things are scams that make you lose your keys. I'm not gonna bet 98% against that.
PulseX is likely to be lower than was sacrificed, as it comes down to more of what its true
Like,
value is. And
I know you're still here, Jerry. Check this out. Where is it at? Look into hex.com. I don't know how it looks now, but it looks pretty bad now, actually. But I mean, it's on par to do pretty good. This one looks good. ROI since launch. Hedron. Ooh, Hedron Maxi. Yikes. I mean, hold up. They're actually, wait a second. ROI from launch. 100. Yeah, they're good. ROI multiple since launch. Oh, since Hex launch, got you. Yeah, man, you're betting against a really smart community too. Like,
not its speculative value.
I don't know, man.
And what's further destructive about Pulse Chain and PulseX is, I think Pulse Chain and PulseX are in a good position to kill Hex on Ethereum. And these also add a significant amount of confusion. Now, if you're using PulseX, you've got this P Ethereum, and you've basically copied the whole blockchain. That collectively adds a lot of it. It adds more confusion.
He's actually a legend in crypto. I will say, along with me, of course, he's a legend. One of the OGs. I actually learned how to catch pumping dumps from Jerry. He did a video years ago about how he bought every coin on Poloniex that was down, and inspired my 50 altcoin challenge. So he has some good ideas. I've been following him. He's cuckoo sometimes. I think this is one of his cuckoo moments.
So you're wondering, and I see on YouTube that you take your chances with 2%. See, that's the thing though. You're thinking about, all right, I'm gonna take. You probably already have some Hex. You're probably already invested. So what I've noticed, once I buy into something, a self-interest bias kicks in.
Yeah.
And I don't have any Hex. And I don't have any Paul. I didn't sacrifice. So there's no self-interest bias for me.
Right. And
I can look at this from an out.
When you buy something, you tend to look into it even further. And you tend to follow the story and become even more convicted. You know how many coins I have? Do you know how many cryptos I allegedly have? I'm gonna say over 100. Do you hear me talking about them shits? Never. Wait, I got an interest in them, but I'm not talking about them. For some reason, I'm just gravitating towards Hex. It has no referral program. I don't tell anybody to buy it. I myself am convinced of it because I'm just convinced of it. I don't feel like getting into it.
Outsider and say, you know what?
You know my reasons.
This doesn't look so good. Whereas once you buy into the system, you've got a self-interest bias where you want it to succeed because your own personal profits are tied up with the success of this. Once I bought Dash, now I want Dash to succeed, and I've actually put my blinders on so that I don't see any information
No, I
that stops me
definitely
from
see the
thinking.
negatives in HEX. The one negative I always say is the greatest thing about HEX is also the worst thing about it, which is Richard Hart having so much control. And if something were to happen to him, it would be pretty bad for HEX. And I'm not sure if the community at this stage, maybe at the end of 15 years, maybe, but in this incubating stage, 2-3 years in, it is very vulnerable to him. Outside of that, I don't really see anything else. I love the way it works.
Dash is going to succeed. And I did the same thing with Steam. And this is what we really need to think about. Are these two HEX, PulseChain, PulseX, are these adding value to the 8 billion people on the world? Or are these at best doing nothing? Or worst, are these distracting from the value that's there for the 8 billion people in the world? Imagine if instead of all this money that's in HEX, right now it says, where's the market cap? HEX is a $20 billion market cap.
Right. But do you know that it's not really, though? Do you know that? It's not really $20 billion. You can't get that. Even if we wanted to feed the world 20 billion, we couldn't do it. The most we could do was we got about 8.2 million for you, bro. We'll give you 8.2 million. And I mean, we all have to sell. So it's not actually, it's a vanity metric. And I'm going to show you that with more token, how it's a vanity
$1
metric.
billion sacrificed in this, and there was hundreds of millions more in the Pulse chain. Imagine if that value had went into Bitcoin instead. I've only got a few thousand in Bitcoin. Like, it's not enough to trigger my self-interest. And when I did a whole bunch of research,
Bitcoin, bro.
I did a whole bunch of research on cryptos for a long time. And when I asked the question, well, where can I make a profit? I get a lot different answers than I ask, well, which crypto, if I invest in it, will it actually make the most positive difference for the world? Imagine if that $20 billion had been put into Bitcoin.
It's not $20
instead
billion
of HEX.
that went into HEX. That's not how it works.
Imagine if that $1 billion sacrificed. All the people who put into HEX that are now everyone who's stuck in a stake, they don't have any more liquid HEX. They have to pay a penalty to get it out. All the people who are holding HEX.
Like you just said, Jerry, yep, sold all my Bitcoin way early. Like I said, imagine if Bitcoin had a feature where you locked it up and it paid you every time somebody else in-staked theirs and wasn't patient. And you still had all your Bitcoin right now. Imagine that. Instead of giving the inflation to the miners to sell it and pollute the environment, imagine they gave it to you instead for holding it and not dumping the price. Hello, it's way better than Bitcoin, man.
And to me, it doesn't look good for the long-term price of it. You're probably going to lose compared to Bitcoin. All the people who sacrificed for PulseChain and PulseX have nothing right now, except maybe you'll get an airdrop in the future. What if all that had went into Bitcoin? Bitcoin is inherently fair. There's no founder. It has been around for 13 plus years.
Never heard anything
and I researched before having any self-interest in making.
Jerry says, I had 300 plus BTC in 2015. Imagine you could have locked it up. I'm mad too. I had over 100 Bitcoin at one time. That's tough.
Making a profit in Bitcoin because at the time I had got into this altcoin pump mindset where I want these altcoins to pump so I can make money. I want to buy into an altcoin, help it pump, and then I make a profit. That's selfish and self-centered thinking. When I thought, well, what could I buy that would most help the other people in the world? What gives other people in the world the best chance for an abundant financial future? It's
Shouldn't
Bitcoin.
have
It's
any
clearly
female problems.
Bitcoin. I'll do a video about Ethereum and some of these other ones. It's easily Bitcoin, which is why it has the largest market cap. If you take your money out of HEX and PulseChain and put it into Bitcoin, that helps people because
What's more valuable, energy or time? That's a good one. It depends on who you're asking.
Bitcoin has a very small rate of inflation, and Bitcoin, you can just hold it, and the odds of it going up in price are way, way, way higher. You've got governments that have already made Bitcoin legal tender. Bitcoin has a very promising future, and all these cryptocurrencies are distracting from Bitcoin. And not only that, but a bunch of these cryptocurrencies are making a bad name for the market as a whole. And when when Bill Gates says something like crypto's a scam, and then you see a page like this, you know, these are taking away the value of the entire market. Because I talked to a guy last night, he's like, oh, I heard Bill Gates said crypto's a scam. No,
he did?
The majority of cryptos could easily fall into that category, where they've promised all this value, they have a much bigger market cap than they're actually
What are
worth.
some legit cryptos?
Bitcoin does not operate like that. You could certainly say that in the beginning, but Bitcoin's 13 years old, and I realize I could be wrong about this. I've made a lot of crypto videos I was wrong about, and most of them were saying how great an altcoin would do in the future. Almost every time I've been wrong was looking at an altcoin and saying this is gonna be awesome. Almost every time I've been wrong, I said this altcoin is gonna do awesome. And almost all the altcoins do a little more than suck value out of the one currency that can most help the rest of the world. And you look at PulseChain's gold.
What I would recommend you do, Jerry, is look into liquidity pools. Because you're gonna read all that and it's not gonna, it's gonna help you, but it's not gonna, I'm not trying to convince you, but I do think you're being how everyone is. Everyone says HEX is a scam. So maybe look into ways that it might be legit. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really saying that HEX isn't. You're preaching to the choir. You saying HEX is a scam. You want to make some noise? Be like me. Say this shit legit and figure out how it's legit. And you'll probably come to the conclusion of liquidity and how it's going to be hard for you to understand liquidity without putting time in. Where's the best place to learn about liquidity pools? Well, Uniswap. I would say make one. The best way to learn is to make a liquidity pool. I would say create a test coin, add some liquidity to it, and you'll see how it works. The lower the liquidity, the more volatile the price is. So I'll put it, I'm gonna end with this. Let's go to the first page. Let's go to page 93. In the beginning, there was no liquidity. And then someone added 5 ETH or 1 ETH with 700,000 HEX. Price was 22. People started dumping. You know, we would say ETH was back in December 2019. Let's go see how much ETH was. In the bear market, look at that. 121. So you had $100 worth of liquidity, give or take, with 1 million HEX. So you pair equal amounts. And the person that starts the liquidity sets the price. It's really hard for me to explain. I really have trouble explaining it, but I understand how it happens. So you got $100 worth of, you set the price, you got $100 worth of HEX here and $100 worth of ETH, right? As people buy HEX, okay, say there's 1 ETH, 1 million. If I buy HEX, and that means I'm removing HEX out of the pool and putting ETH in the pool. So without looking at this, I can say that the price of HEX went down. No, it went up. Fuck. Point being, as people remove the HEX, the price goes up. As people add ETH, the price goes down. But as it goes, the liquidity goes down, that makes it more volatile. So put it like this. If there's 8 million in the liquidity pool right now, it takes another $8 million to double the price. Think of it like that. Now, it might not be entirely accurate, but for the most part it is. So if somebody put in another 8 million USDC, they're gonna remove this HEX and put the USDC in the pool, which will effectively double the price. But it takes $8 million to do that. Now, if there is only, this is the simplest way to explain it, 1 ETH in the pool, how much does it take to double the price? 1 ETH. It just takes 1 ETH to double the price. But you're gonna get slippage and all this other stuff. But that's simply put, that's how it works. So the lower this goes, the more slippage people incur. So if the pool is at 100,000 and a whale wants to come in and dump and get $1 million out, well, he's not gonna get $1 million. He's gonna get 100K. So is he gonna do that? Probably not. He's probably gonna wait or just take the L. So what happens? What's more likely to happen is buyers, people that are gonna come in and buy it up because you can't sell it. There's not enough liquidity for whales. They're out. So what I think we're going through right now with HEX is a waiting game for getting out all the whales who are impatient, and then once they're locked in, they can't do anything else but what? Buy. They have to buy it and start pushing it up to get people to come buy it again, push the price up. That's what all of it is. Even before liquidity pools, it was the same thing. You got people selling, and then they're selling. It's like, man, I might as well just hold on to this. You know, so yeah, I would say the best way to learn, another 8 million USD will 4x the price. It's a function to the second power. See, Gerardo, that's the guy that made this website right here. So I'm gonna listen to Gerardo. He probably knows. Not 1 ETH half. My math is not the greatest, but that's basically, if I was explaining it to someone, that's how it works. The lower the liquidity, the easier it is for the price to be volatile. If this liquidity is at 100 million, it's probably gonna be a stable coin until people drain it. And then when people drain it, then it can get some volatility again. So yeah, if you wanna learn about liquidity pools, I would say create one. It's not hard. First, you gotta create a token. That's not hard either. Create a token, add some liquidity, push the price up and down, see what happens when you add more liquidity, see what happens, you know what I'm saying? Also, there's a new liquidity tab you haven't seen. Talking about this? Or are you talking about on here? You must be talking about on here. I think I have seen that. Is that what you're talking about? If you double one side of an LP, you 4x the price. Yeah, it's a formula. The more I learn about HEX, the more crypto sucks. Yeah, he'll come around. He's already curious. Basically, if you have a lot of HEX, you cannot cash much out at once, so many of the whales are stuck holding or cashing out slowly. If you have a lot of HEX, you cannot cash out. Well, you can. Somebody can right now come take this 8 million. Somebody, put it like this, somebody with 253 million HEX can come take this 8 million right now. They can come do that. The question is, why aren't they doing that? Why aren't they? Because that would kill it. And it's like, why would you do that? There's more reasons not to do that than to do it. Yeah, V3 is different, but pretty much the same thing. Looking to HEX / liquidity. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Nice. Man, you gotta make this easier to find. Damn. B2, 30, where are we at? TVL, okay. Okay, so you separated it. Yeah, because they were saying there's some discrepancy in HEX Daily Stats. I'm not quite sure, because I think HEX Daily Stats adds it all up, I think. So you got HEX. Okay. Okay, HEX USDC, I got you. Got you. $271. That can't be right. Hedge run. So this is the totals right here, yeah. Yeah, 8.2. $1,000. Hedge run. We'll see about hedge run. I like it. I like this right here. Yeah, man. HEX was ahead of the game with the whole USD liquidity. And it's so obvious in hindsight, like, yeah, duh. You want to pair it with USDC, like, to make it easier. Liquidity calculator. Oh! Enter amount. Buy amount. Hold on. Okay. Enter amount. Let's see. Okay, 8 million. This is clutch. You clutch for this, bro. 8,000. 1%. 80,000. 800,000. Here you go, Jerry. This is it right here. This will show you right here how the price moves. So 800,000. $800,000 buy will push the price up 1.1x. And the price will go up to 3.8. 8 million will send it to 12. Like, no. This shit. I'm not trying to get y'all to buy no damn HEX, man. I'm not trying to get y'all to buy no HEX, bro. Bruh, let that shit keep on draining, dog. Let it keep draining, bro. Drain it. Somebody come rug the shit, please. 8 million to send it back to 12. I'm out, yo. I'm out, bro. I'm about to go buy some HEX. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye, Earthlings. Hope you enjoyed the stream.